writing my book, Technical Support Essentials, because I felt the need for something, for a body of knowledge that would improve the work so that the technical support professional out there could have something that they could refer back to, so that I could put forth some basis for the profession to actually use as a reference. And so that's why I wrote the book. I also looked for other sources when I was working in technical support. I looked for sources where I could find reference material, maybe some theories and models, and I certainly couldn't find any. And so I felt like there was a gap, there was a void in the body of knowledge. And so I set out to fill that gap. The audience that I was seeking when I wrote Technical Support Essentials is the individual contributor and the manager that works in technical support. Someone who deals with customers day in and day out, and who deals with many different aspects of the work. And so the typical reader that I am aiming for is someone who wants to improve the way they do things, who wants to have a more general understanding of the different aspects of the work that actually come into play. The writing process took me a little over 9 months. At the onset, I set out to write tips. I set out to write 100 topics that would revolve around the technical support work. But as I started writing the book and thinking more about the different topics, I soon realized that what I wanted to do was write a more academic source of knowledge. And so what I did is I took not only 100 topics, but I actually went over 100 topics. And I took many different philosophies, many different theories, many different disciplines, and I synthesized some of the concepts that exist in other disciplines, such as psychology, engineering, management, economics, and so forth. And I applied some of those concepts to the technical support work and how those other disciplines actually form a basis for a lot of what technical support people do. And so, yes, the idea that I originally had changed dramatically as I progressed in writing the different chapters of the book. The way that I hope to influence the reader of Technical Support Essentials is by looking at their profession, looking at technical support as not simply a trade, not simply a stepping stone into something else, something greater. What I want to do is I want to influence the mentality that technical support is a true profession, that it should be viewed as a bona fide discipline. It's something that could be taught at universities and colleges, and it actually has started to flourish in some small colleges around the country that have set up small technical support curriculums, and will eventually become just like any other discipline, such as engineering, architecture, and so forth. And technical support, my thesis of the book is that technical support is a bona fide profession that will eventually become a true discipline with its own body of knowledge, its own theories and models. The main message of the book is that technical support as a profession needs to come to the limelight and actually be considered a true discipline. When I started working in technical support, it was a lot of hearsay. It was a lot of very loosely put together, models and processes. And every company that I worked for seemed to have their own way of doing things. But in all those different experiences and the experiences of others, because I did speak to many people in the course of writing the book, I found that there is a core set of practices, a core set of aspects of the profession that actually do not come necessarily from the software or the technical realm. They come from places like engineering, they come from places like forensics, from other disciplines that actually play a big role in technical support. And so what I wanted to do, the big idea of the book is that technical support is a true profession that will eventually evolve into a discipline that can be taught, that will have its own body of knowledge, and that will eventually have researchers finding new ways and better ways of actually doing technical support. Well, the evolution of business and technology will change the message, and I think will amplify it and even improve it, because technical support is not just a cost center anymore. It's actually part of what drives sales. The better the technical support folks do, the more satisfied customers a company is going to have, and the more sales that are going to be derived as a result. And so technical support is not just going to be a must-have or a necessary evil, if you will. What it's going to be a driving force so that the company can grow and the business can grow. And so we eventually need to derive metrics and need to derive ways to correlate revenue and profit directly from technical support efforts. And I think that business and technology will also change the way that people receive and people derive and people produce all these technical support efforts by having technologies like video, like WebEx, which we see very predominant in the technical support field today. And all these different technologies are definitely going to make the profession a lot better, a lot more dynamic, and really a lot more exciting. If you have something to say, you should definitely put it in writing. Throughout the history of humanity, knowledge has been passed down by writing. Long gone are the days when you could just, say something and have someone repeat it, and eventually the subject will change. What we need to do is we need to put things in writing. We need to create the body of knowledge. The body of knowledge is not just going to come from universities and researchers. It also needs to come from the practitioners. And the practitioners, like others that have written similar books like myself, are going to build that body of knowledge, which eventually is going to catch the attentions of the academics, of the researchers, of companies that will come out with better ways of doing the profession, of practicing technical support. And so this is what I urge everyone that has something to say, has new ways, has new ideas, and new ways to synthesize the work you do into a theory or a model. I think it is very important for you to come out and make an effort, write a research article, write a book, maybe even blogs, anywhere that can be read by other practitioners of technical support.